Ozone. Season 2. New year, same season, city stay frozen. Big apple pressure when you step in the ozone, man. Jets, Knicks, Giants, pinstripes, orange and blue. Whole city locked in, yeah, they tuned in too. Press play, turn it up, yeah, the tone stay potent. If it's New York sports, welcome to the ozone.
We all live.
Welcome to the ozone. Same city.
Guys, we are live and in color. The recap, and we here to recap and react to the Knicks Game 2 win, baby. Let's go. As the Knicks take a 2-0 lead with a 109-93 win. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do something while I'm doing this little intro. But the Knicks go up 2-0 as we predicted. We said Knicks got to win the first two in the Garden. We said Knicks gonna win the first two in the Garden. That's what they did. Brother, how we feeling?
Brother, I am feeling good. It is Friday. I made me a different version of my old-fashioned cherry vanilla, but it's feeling good, brother. We got to win, and not just a come from behind win, a statement win. The Knicks played exactly how we feel like they could have been going into this series, and it doesn't matter if it's Brunson, it doesn't matter if it's Josh Hart, it doesn't matter if it's Cat, OG, Mikal. This team is gelling on all cylinders, and next man up will step up and fill the role that they need to do. Brother, how do you feel about this victory?
Look, honestly, I think this was the game that we all thought the Knicks will play better. We talked about it in our reaction show after game one. And although a lot of the conversation was the comeback, we also basically said this Knicks team is not going to play the same, as bad as they did in game one. And that ended up being the case. Like the Knicks obviously looked a lot more in rhythm. Yes, did the three ball fall short in the beginning? Yeah, it did. But they played well. I felt like they controlled the game. I do know that Cleveland went up. Cleveland had a lead a little bit in the game, but it just felt like the Knicks were in control. And the biggest thing we got to talk about, because it was a big headline after game one, was honestly, brother, the player of the game, Josh Hart. You know what I mean? It was after game one. Obviously, he did not play the big crunch time minutes in the fourth quarter because Landry Shamet was playing so well. Mike Brown, stuck with the hot guy. Landry Shamet played very great defense, made big time threes, and then it seems like, brother, and I heard this at KFTV, and it couldn't be more true, is that people were picking on Josh Hart, right? Like, oh, he needs to, this is why we got to get him out of starting line. You know why, brother? Because Mikal Bridges, the normal scapegoat, people tend to complain about after every tough Knick win or bad Knick loss. They couldn't do that this time with Mikal, and it just seemed like Josh Hart was the guy to pick on. And Josh Hart balled out of his mind. He balled out of his mind last night, finishing with 26 points, 10 of 21 from the field, 5 threes. He was 5 of 11, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. He was a plus 18. Look, man, shout out to Josh Hart. One thing is, when I'm watching Josh Hart, one thing I want to see from Josh Hart is his confidence. His confidence when he's shooting the ball. At the end of the day, I get more upset, and many Knicks fans can attest to this. You can attest to this, brother. We all Knicks fans have watched, every game in the season, is when Josh Hart pump fakes on a wide open three or hesitates and then ends up either making a bad pass or he just shoots a horrible brick. And I was a little afraid in the beginning because he was missing. I believe he missed maybe like his first 3-3-pointers or something like that, to the point where he looked like he was going to bite his jersey. Like, it looked like he bit his jersey, or just out of frustration, then he made the foul. And then I was a little concerned. Because I'm like, come on, Josh, do not lose your confidence. Do not lose your confidence. I would much rather live with Josh Hart missing the threes, but at least taking them with confidence. Because I know when he's confident, that ball's eventually going to go in, and it did. And Cleveland got burned. That was the game plan. That was the game plan in game one. You saw it. That was the game plan. They're gonna float around Josh Hart. They're gonna leave Josh Hart open for the most part. They're gonna try to trap on Brunson. They're gonna try to collapse on Brunson on screens. They're gonna try to man the paint with Allen because Mobley's already being taken out by guarding Cat. So how do you do that? You just let Josh Hart roam at the 3-point line, and you live and die with it by that. That's the game plan, and they died by it because Josh Hart hit big baskets in game 2. Play the game, brother.
And I know, brother, numbers is one of those things that people will obviously game plan around. That's obviously the Cavaliers game plan. They said the numbers tell them that leaving Josh Hart open is not going to kill them as much. We're going to go ahead and leave that because we're more concerned with everybody else on this court, and rightfully so. But when you have a guy who can shoot when he does have open shots, you don't do that. You don't leave him open. So it's one of those things that your game plan didn't work, and you would hope that the Cavs, for their sake, they choose to maybe not make that same mistake and maybe make some adjustments for the next game. But shout out to Josh Hart. It's easy to say it time and time and again. He is the heart of the team, pun intended. I don't care. The fact of the matter is that he's the one who rallies this team together, and everybody, you can see the crowd get behind him every time that he does something spectacular. The guy gets the rebounds like a monster. He gives you team effort from go. It's literally like it's the energy that flows in this organization, and I'm just loving what we saw yesterday, and just hopefully it carries over. And if the Cavs want to leave them open again, I'm taking it.
Look, shout outs to the Knicks, man. The Knicks now have not only won the first 2 games of the series going up 2-0. Brother, the Knicks have won 9 straight. And they're doing it in convincing fashion because, brother, 8 of those 9 wins have been won by double digits or more. 8. Only one game of the 9-game winning streak, which was game 2 against the Sixers, where the Knicks won by 6, was a single-digit win for the Knicks. Funny enough, the Knicks were down 22 in game 1. They won that game by 11 points. Like, they won by, and I could go through the winning streak. The minute started 16, 29, 51, 39, 6, as I mentioned, 14, 30, 11, and 16. This Knicks team is rolling. And I know what the narrative is. You already see people starting to move the goalposts. You heard Screaming A. Smith this morning. Not sure if you heard him. But
I'm tuning them out. I've gotten to the point where
I do too, but it's kind of hard to stay away from it when it's on your Twitter feed. Because obviously we know Knicks for clicks. They're moving the goalposts, but I don't care about that. I'll worry about that when we get past this round. But right now, we are literally 2 wins away, guys, from reaching the NBA Finals, somewhere, a place where this franchise has not been since 1999. There are Knicks fans that weren't not born. There were Knicks fans that weren't born the last time we made the Eastern Conference Finals, when we made it last year. So the fact that now we are 2 wins away, but the job is not done. One thing before we get into the stats and everything else, what we saw and what we like, brother. One thing I love is how the Knicks spoke after the game. And Josh Hart, Karl Towns, both of them were like, it's 0-0. The job is not finished. Like, and then I loved what Karl Towns said. I love what Cat said. He said game 3 is a must win. And I 100% agree with him. Game 3 is a must win because the last thing you want to do is give a team that, although we are not the Detroit Pistons, nor goddamn the Toronto Raptors, this team is confident playing at home in the playoffs. This team has won consecutive games at home in the playoffs. Last thing you want to do is give them confidence. So I love what Kat said. Josh Hart mentioned we don't not only have to match Cleveland's energy, we have to surpass their energy. So I love that these guys are not complacent. Like, you can tell last year was a big, like, it weighed big on them, their performance in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. You can tell the way they're talking, the way they sat there. Yeah, Josh Hart's giggling around. He got the pizza in his press conference and all that. But you could just see that this team is laser focused on the task at hand, brother. They really are.
And that's what you want to see. Like at the end of the day, yeah, it's nice to be 2-0 in this series, but it can easily flip around. And the Caps have proven it. As much as we may feel about like, well, the critics will say that the Pistons were the better team, the Celtics were the better team, the Raptors were a better team, all these different things that happen. The fact of the matter is this Cavaliers team can turn it around. And look at what they did to us in 2 games. Like they did fight, and it's a different story from game 1 to game 2, but it's not like the Cavs just rolled over and they didn't like try. So the fact of the matter is this team can get it together. And once again, their shots are not hitting either. What happens when Sam Merrill's hitting those
Yeah.
three? What happened when Strus is hitting those threes? Strus fouled out, but Strus was playing a great game defensively. So it's like, what happens when all those things start to click for them? Like the Knicks can't just let their foot off the gas and just say, like, well, we got this there. We could take care of them. I feel like this team definitely, like the way you're saying, the mindset is just like, no, we still got to keep winning. We still got to keep grinding. They're playing and they're talking like as if they're behind. They're talking as if they're like down 0-2. And that's what you want to see from your team that has aspirations to move forward.
Yeah, and I tell you this, you made a good point because when we're gonna go over the stats now, Cleveland missed a whole lot of shots. Sam Merrill did miss a lot of good looks, and that helped because the whistle definitely leaned towards the Cavaliers this game. And I don't know why right now everything just seems to not work right now. Okay, now the whistle was working for Cleveland. Cleveland was getting to the line, and you can almost tell like it was a game 2 whistle. You know what I mean? We spoke about it on the live before that it was a game 2, that Cleveland is going to be a game 2 whistle where, like they want to extend this series. They probably don't want the Knicks to sweep. You know what I mean? So let's look at the team stats right now. So the Knicks and the Cavs, they both shot. The Knicks shot really well from the field, 52% from the field. They shot 44 of 85. But as you mentioned, brother, the Cavs waffle. 31 for 80, 39%. Free from the 3-point, they were 9 of 35, 26%. Knicks weren't all that great, but they hit them when they mattered. They were 13 for 36. Um, and the free throws, obviously the Knicks, they missed 6, but I believe 5 of those were from Mitch. I believe 5 of them was from Mitch because I do know that Cat, I believe Cat missed free throw.
Cat missed too. Yeah, Cat missed as well.
Free throw. So, but look at the difference, brother. The Cleveland Cavaliers went to the line 32 times. 32 times, but they missed 10 free throws. They missed 10 free throws.
Brother, they were in the bonus, I think 9 minutes
Yeah,
into
they
the
were
fourth
in the
quarter.
bonus in the fourth quarter with 9 and change to go. So, oh, trust me, I put my 10 for you, Kofi. I'm like, oh, the rig
Trust
is
me.
in.
I already, brother.
Yeah.
I was talking to my wife, and I was just like, "Oh,
yeah, the rig is
this
in.
is gonna be a long fourth
Yep.
quarter. They're in the
Yep.
bonus already."
I'm like, the rig is in. The rig is in. It's a 15-point game. How do you get a team? How do you get a team where the offense seems a little woeful? How do you get them like going? Get them free points. Let them see the ball go in the basket. Give them free points. Trust me, I was already like, wait a minute, hold up. But they missed 10 free throws. They actually out-rebounded the Knicks. 42-40 by 2. The assist, but the Knicks moved that ball, man. 32-15. Jalen Brunson, we're gonna get to Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson almost out assist Cleveland, the team in total. 15 assists total for Cleveland. But I'll tell you this, they did clean up the basketball. They did clean it up. The Knicks did not cause that many turnovers. Both teams finishing with 8. So both teams were relatively safe with the ball. Points in the paint, the Knicks had that advantage, 58-40. And the largest lead for both teams, like I said, Cleveland had an early lead. They were up by 6. Largest lead for the Knicks were 19. But brother, now we got to talk about another player. We highlighted Josh Hart. I wanted to talk about Josh Hart in the beginning because I felt like he needed his flowers because he gets so much shit, man. When like he gets a lot, and people don't understand the intangibles. Sometimes Josh Hart, because I thought Josh Hart had a pretty good first game. I thought I like the way people were talking. I was like, no, we got to open this show. We got to open this show like highlighting Josh Hart. I want to talk about now the captain, Jalen Brunson. I want to say something a little bit off the record. One, I guess apparently, brother, I was wrong. Well, maybe not wrong, but we made a video that I said I think game one, I think Jalen Brunson has finally surpassed Carmelo Anthony in Knicks legacy. Right? Good views. Shout out to everybody that liked, comment, got the reaction we would want as a page, brother. But apparently, a lot of people were telling me that's not a hot take. What you said, Carmelo Anthony was passed by Jalen Brunson years ago.
Yeah, some people said you were late.
Some people said I was late. Some people said I was this. And you know,
somebody said the first year. The first years it was enough.
Yeah, and this is what I want to get off my chest. When you talk about, brother, someone's legacy, right? You have to talk about it as if this person's career ended right now, is their legacy greater than that person? I understand we're prisoners of the moment. So when people were in their comments telling me, I was reading them, I read them, and they all right. Maybe I should have clarified. Maybe it wasn't a hot take. I thought people had more love for Carmelo Anthony. That's why I thought it would have been a hot take. I thought people would have been like, chill, don't disrespect Bello. So that's one. Okay, I'll take the L on that one.
Before you go there. Also, people, you're going off the clip. Watch the full thing.
Right. Yeah. Because I did highlight that Brunson obviously has one more, this and that. But I'll say this. If you said Jalen Brunson surpassed Melo, which I got some of them, and I did like them. They said, nah, man, you're a year too late. Brunson surpassed him last year. Understandable. I got it. 100%. I can see that. Took him to the Eastern Conference. It was his third year. Took him to the Eastern Conference. Some people even said 2 years ago. And that's where I go, I can't get on board with that. I can't get on board just 2 years because, like I said, if you're talking legacy, it's if that person's career stopped at that moment, would they be looked at as greater than Carmelo Anthony? And the answer is no. In my opinion, is no. If Jalen Brunson, thank God it hasn't, and thank God it won't for a lot of years later, if his career with the Knicks had ended after that series against Indiana, Jalen Brunson to me would not be higher as far as legacy of the Knicks over Carmelo Anthony for me. Because the same thing that people like to highlight the playoff success, 100%, I understand it. But if you did it, if you're going off year one, you're an idiot. I don't care. You say whatever you want. I'm going to clip this. Year two, I think is too premature. It's too premature. You know, at the end of the day, we love Jalen Brunson, but also at the same time, Carmelo Anthony did not deal or did not have it this great than what Jalen Brunson had. One, Carmelo Anthony's probably played with one good team that was balanced in his Knicks career. That's one. Two, did not have the competency and the structure in the office that the Knicks have right now. Jalen Brunson came into already an office by Leon Rose, where Leon Rose was already setting things. Two, Carmelo Anthony is scoring title, 6-time All-Star, multiple All-NBA teams. So you can't shit on the man's legacy because he didn't win. He didn't win. Obviously, you seen the fucking talent he played with? I love Jalen Brunson to death. Carmelo Anthony didn't play with anyone remotely close to guys that Jalen Brunson played with. Hala Julius Randle. Melo didn't even play with anybody as good as Julius Randle while he was there. Amari Stoudemire was already hurt. Amari Stoudemire was damn near on the bench all the time. So you can't give me that shit. All I'm saying though is if you had it last year that Brunson passed him, you got it. Because then I can see that, brother. Now you're talking multiple All-Stars, multiple All-NBAs, clutch award, 2 times in the conference semis, an Eastern Conference final appearance. Then you would have a valid argument after Brunson's third year, because it would have been his third year, that he passed Carmelo Anthony. That was my only beef. Go ahead.
I don't know if it's beef, but I propose a question. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it more so the prisoner of the moment to say that, okay, last year he surpassed Carmelo Anthony because of his body of work and where we're at this moment? Like, it's easy to say hindsight in 2020 and be like, oh, last year he said this. You can say this. I don't know you. You're a random person who commented on a
Oh,
thing.
well, that's true too.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
true
how you
too.
felt last year, and if you felt at that time that Melo was better. So I propose the
Right.
question: is it easier to say that right now because they're in the
Yeah.
Eastern Conference Finals? Brunson's
Yeah.
playing as great as he is, and now you can be like, oh well, he did that last year. It's easier to
Yeah.
say that. You can say that about anything. You can say like, well, here's a good
Right.
take. Here's a
Right.
good take from me, Omar. I didn't like LeBron until a certain point when I realized, you know what? I didn't appreciate other players when they were playing because I hated them so much. So I didn't like Peyton Manning when he
Right.
was active.
Right.
LeBron, I appreciate it because you know what? You don't get to see that all the time. So that's my hindsight. I get to look back and look at the
Yeah.
body of work. So I propose the question: is it more so because you can say that because we're in the Eastern Conference Finals right now? That's the only question I have. So we got some
Uh,
comments, brother.
yeah, we got, and yeah, 100%. I like this. There's a crazy stat of how many different teammates and coaches he played with. That's all I'm saying. And this is not. I love Jalen Brunson. I love Jalen Brunson. I just like we can't, and it's funny. I watched damn, what show was it, man? I think it was Gil's Arena, and they was talking about, I forgot what player. What? Oh, they were talking about. Oh, they were talking about Draymond Green and the whole thing about. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the Baja. It was to the Baja with Theo Penson, former Nick Raymond phone. They were talking about when Draymond Green made the statement about Steve Kerr hindered his offensive career. He could have been a better offensive player, whatever. And when they had Austin Rivers on, and they were going through their beef, Austin Rivers was like, "Yo, you don't know how easy it is for a player when everything is structured. Management is there. Like you have a competent management, you have a competent coaching staff, you have this. Just with this comment wrote, Carmelo Anthony came in for Mike. He played under Mike D'Antoni, Mike Brown, Derek Fisher, Jeff Hornacek. You know what I'm saying? Like he played for 4 different coaches in what the 8. Damn, I don't even know how long Melo played. I think Melo played almost 10 years with us. 4 coaches. He came in. Uh, uh, this guy was the GM, the one that came in from Indiana. Oh man, and I liked him a lot. I forgot his damn name. I'm drawing a blank. But multiple GMs that's come in, and then when he finally had a good, competent team, they won 54 games. And last time I checked, as much as I love Jalen Brunson and his team, Jalen Brunson's teams have not surpassed that clip yet. So don't come there and try to shit on this man's career, Carmelo, because like I said many episodes ago, before we were doing this, before all y'all new Knicks fans was doing this, we were doing this. All right? Remember that.
Brother, I think it was Steve Mills, by the way, you were referring to.
No, Steve Mills is after. I'm talking about Donnie Walsh. Donnie Walsh.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie Walsh came in because Donnie Walsh was. I'm giving all y'all new Knicks fans history right here. Donnie Walsh came in. This is when everybody's assembling big threes, brother. Like everybody's trying to free up money to get LeBron to, remember that big free agency, brother, with LeBron, everybody was a free agent. They brought in Donnie Walsh. Donnie Walsh came in. This is when we got Tracy McGrady. He basically put it where we just took a bunch of expiring contracts, and he's the one that went on, I think, and drafted Landry Fields, and he drafted all that. And the only thing I will knock Melo on is Melo wanted the trade. He forced the trade. You know what I mean? He basically was like, I'll go to New Jersey or whatever, and basically forced Jim Dolan to override Donnie Walsh. Donnie Walsh wanted to sign Melo when he was a free agent, which he would have been had he waited till the season concluded, and then he would have been able to then play with Raymond Felton, Gallinari, Wilson Chandler, all the guys we damn near traded for to get him. So yeah, but that was my only thing, brother. Like a lot of people got it, and shout outs to everybody that commented. We appreciate y'all, but I just thought it was a little egregious to go and say that Brunson surpassed them year 1, year 2. If you said last year, that's fair. I can still debate it, but that's fair. I guess now, brother, and I'll concede to this. And I said, Jalen Brunson, that's Carmelo Anthony now.
Well, we can say that. We can agree that.
And we're talking now. We are touching Patrick Ewing. But I'll say this. This is a hot take. And I'm going to clip this because this is going to be a real hot take. Even if the Knicks make the finals, Jalen Brunson would have not surpassed Patrick Ewing in my eyes.
What's it going to take?
It's going to have to take a championship, or it's going to have to take another final. You got to match Ewing. Ewing took the Knicks to 2 NBA finals. Now, I know he was hurt. He was mainly hurt. Shout out to Boss Doe 27. Yeah, he put it's Donnie Walsh, but he put David Walsh. But he's right. We got the Walshes, Walsh, David, Donnie, whatever. But Ewing, Ewing, they made 2 NBA finals under Ewing's watch, multiple Eastern Conference appearances. I'm literally going off the top of my head. 90, I think maybe 3 or 4 conference finals under Ewing. Many playoffs. I know 99, 2000. We definitely 94. Maybe like 93, 92. But you got to remember, man, Jordan beat us so many years, bro. But I think Brunson is gonna have to win a championship to eclipse Patrick Ewing right now, to eclipse everybody. Like we said, if they win a championship, he'll be the greatest Knick.
92, 93.
There we go.
94, 99.
94. They made the finals in 94.
I'm looking at the conference. Well, 93, 94. Like, that's what I'm saying. Sorry.
Oh, so okay. So 92, 93, 93, 94. What else?
98, 99, 99, 2000.
There you go. So 4.
So
Jalen Brunson has 2 more Eastern. If
I would say this
championship, this conversation is done.
The conversation's done, because that's what I was going to say.
Done.
If the conversation's done, if he wins a final and they're still in contention after this year, if they're still at least showing, you know what, there's a fight, they can run it back. This team is still intact.
God forbid the Knicks make the God forbid we have this incredible run. We're having this. God forbid we get bumped in the first round the next couple years. How can you say that you know what I mean? This is why we can't be like prisoners of the moment. And this is why I respect it when Jalen Brunson is asked about his legacy or anything about, when they ask him, oh, how do you feel when the fans were chanting for you? He goes, right now, I don't think about that. I don't think about that. Like when I'm retired, that's when I will sit back and really reflect on what was occurring. But no, 100%. The chip definitely puts him number 1. There's no argument there. You don't think that way the game is played now would make a difference in naming who the best Knick would be? Ewing in his prime, playing now would be very different. Look, 100%. And you have to think of the landscape of what the East and the West were. I don't know about that, Jess. I have to disagree with you on that one.
I would say, if anything, it's more
the Eastern Conference was a lot.
People take care of themselves a little bit more. That's all. It's the athleticism is across the board.
Yeah, no, the game, the that's more style of play. But I think, bro, the East in the 90s were just crazy. Like now you got 2 or 3 top heavy teams. You're talking in the Eastern Conference. You had Indiana, Miami, Chicago, Orlando, New York. That's 5 teams already clanging and banging. You know what I'm saying? Like the East was tough. Like this is a reason why Reggie Miller only made the NBA Finals once. Patrick Ewing made it twice. Shaq only made it once before going to LA. Like if Michael Jordan wasn't kicking your ass, they all killing each other. You know what I'm saying? So but it's also different. It's also different, right? Guys are more athletic this year. So this day and age. So it's very tough. I think it's hard to compare. And that's the whole thing with Melo. This is where I talk about with Melo, and they talk about his playoff success. But like, look at the teams Melo went against. His first year with the Knicks in the playoffs, he went against a Boston Celtics team that was just coming from winning the title 2 years ago. They made the Eastern Conference and basically took Miami to 7 games. They made the NBA Finals the year before. The Knicks got swept. The following year, Melo and the Knicks played Miami Heat. That one ultimately won the title. They got gentlemen swept. And then finally, like I said, when Melo finally got a good team, they won 54 games and got to the second round. Now, although they should have beaten Indiana, that's the Roy Hibbert series, where honestly, my man fell short in that series, Tyson Chandler, who's my favorite Knick at the time. But you got to look at the landscape of what things were. Like we just said, everybody's situation is different. We just want to go off of the results. And I think that's where it is like, Melo also went against Melo didn't play trash teams in the playoffs. You look at Melo, when Melo had good teams. Second round, even made the Western Conference Finals with Denver. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different ball game. I'm getting sidetracked, but it's a good conversation because it's got the chat. It's got the chat going. Okay. So we read that one from Jess. It's way more.
I got this coming right here.
Okay. All right. And this is why a good GM is so important. We had to hit a wall with Randall and Barrett roster and what it looked like another rebuild on the horizon. He flipped the script and look where we are now. Look,
I agree. Brother, I agree. There's people who still, up until this playoff run, was still saying, "Man, I miss Barrett. Man, I miss Quickly. Man, I look at the guys that have left this team, and it's like those were guys on our team: Hartenstein, DiVincenzo. Some people may miss Randall. You have people looking at that, but sometimes as a GM, you have to look at it and address it and be like, you know what, this team isn't working. And I'm not going to keep running into this wall, like exactly like our comment has here from, I'm only going off your name right here. I believe it's Michael, because when you subscribed, I saw you subscribe. We check those numbers. When you subscribe, it says that basically that these are you keep hitting a wall and you're going to keep running into the same thing. Do you go ahead and run with that same team back, or do you not? The Knicks did that last year. They said, this team is fine. We just need a new coach. Sometimes you just have to make those adjustments. And so, like you said, your next comment says, thank God for Leon Rose.
No, look, at the end of the day, and that's the assessment that you got to make. And this is why also, on the contrary, we got to shout out Leon Rose for not going and making the trade for Giannis. Not going, yes, he tried to make it in the offseason, if you believe the reports. But like, you got to respect that Leon did not try to get into the Giannis sweepstakes in the middle of the season, being able to go, no, we rocking out with this team, because now all those people crying for Giannis, they ain't said a word. You know what I'm saying? And it's true. No, obviously that team did hit his wall. That's why I would always talk. That's what I would get on Knicks fans when they kept crying last year about Dante and Randall and all, like, oh, we missed Dante and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, this team is better. This team is more talented than that team that you're crying about. Yes, did we love that team? 100%. But this team is better. This team is more talented. And honestly, looking at it now, hindsight 2020, Leon Rose sort of fleeced Minnesota right now, because I'm pretty sure Minnesota would have loved to have Karl Anthony Towns in this playoff stretch than having Julius Randle, because I'm pretty sure Julius Randle played his last game with the Timberwolves this past year. So let's just put it like that. So let Leon Rose cook. But let's get back on track. Jalen Brunson had a career high 14 assists, man. Didn't shoot the ball well, but this is what Jalen Brunson can do. You know what I mean? I've been on record to say I don't ever expect Jalen Brunson to be Jason Kidd, but I know he has games in him where he could be like a Jason Kidd, and this was the game. 19, played 40 minutes. We're creeping on that Tibbs minutes count. But it's the playoffs. 19 points, 7 to 16 from the field. He was 1 to 7 from downtown. Not good, but 14 assists, brother. Dishing, the ball, dishing the ball, finding guys open, found Josh Hart for a few threes, finding Mikal with little floaters. He did his thing, and it was well balanced. 2 assists in the first quarter, 3 assists in the second quarter. As we really took off in that third quarter, that's when the Knicks really were getting in the groove. I believe they outscored Cleveland by 15, I want to say, in that third quarter. But he had 6 assists in the third, and then he finished with 3 assists in the fourth. Jalen Brunson, this is a game where Jalen Brunson, not even a game. This is a series where Jalen Brunson is beating you in all different ways. Game 1, he took over, became the man. We all know that. Finished with 38, 39 points. This game, he got everybody else involved. Shot wasn't going well. You know what? I'm gonna get everybody moving. I'm gonna get everybody grooving. You know what? You're gonna try to clamp it and double me. You know what? I'm gonna find the open guy, and he did it where he protected the ball. He didn't have a I no, there's no shade to Russell Westbrook, but he didn't have the Russell Westbrook assist turnover ratio, where it's like, okay,
that is shade.
Russell Westbrook got 10 assists but 6 turnovers. It's like, bro, but so that means you really got 4 because you don't assist the other team. You know what I mean? He didn't have anything like that. He finished with 2 turnovers. You know what I'm saying? And that's no easy thing to do when you are the game plan. You are the game plan. The team is zeroing in on you defensively to make sure that you don't get into an offensive rhythm. So the fact that he was able to make that change, notice, okay, my shot wasn't going. Yeah, he did take 17 shots, but that's still 16 shots. That's a lot less than what he normally takes. So him being able to make that adjustment, brother, and get guys involved, this is what makes the captain better than Carmelo Anthony.
And this is why this is why he passes Melo in year 1.
I'll tell you this, Melo ain't doing that. I will say that. Melo's shooting that shit.
Oh man, brother, it's really good. It's a relief to see, and it's like we had this conversation and we already spoke about it. It's how fortunate are we to have somebody this really good as our captain on our team, someone who came on and everybody shitted on as he was coming to this team, the contract that we gave him, played up to the expectations of that contract, took a pay cut, and still is just balling out. And still doesn't get the respect he deserves. And at the end of the day, like, I don't know for him if he cares as much. I think all players play for a little bit of ego.
Yeah,
like I think
100%, 100%.
He doesn't get the respect that he gets from everyone. But New York, trust me, New York is in love with Jalen Brunson. Yeah. I think there's two people that New York City is in love with right now. It's Jalen Brunson and Mamdani. There's those two people. Those are the two people that
I knew somebody. I know. I was like, I know you're not gonna say Eric Judge. I'm thinking you're gonna say like something like Timothy Chalamet or something. Mamdani,
Look, I'm looking from the outside in. There's people who probably have their opinions about him as well, but we're not in a political show, so we're not going to talk about that. But as far as people loved, as from New York right now, I'd say those two.
Mamdani was, matter of fact, if y'all listening to this, anybody listeners that has any ties to the mayor of New York City, yo, get my man Mamdani better seats. Mamdani was at the game and he looked like he was next to Patrick Ewing's jersey.
Oh, you changing light bulbs.
But what I did like though is, I'm pretty sure Mamdani didn't want it any other way. Because I'm pretty sure if that man asked to sit courtside, he would have gotten courtside. And that is the tail difference of the current mayor and the mayor they had before him.
Oh, I'm pretty sure if he got courtside,
that motherfucker would have been sitting courtside with hookah.
with his shorty from Bed-Stuy.
Yeah. So
or shorty, what was it? Shorty from Far Rockaway? That's what he would have said?
Yeah. So that's the tail difference of two mayors. One that's about ego and clout, and the other one about getting the work done. But shout out to Jalen Brunson, man. He had a phenomenal game. I want to bring up this comment again because this team is different, man, showing that they can win in different ways. This is what championship teams do, 100%. And this is what's so impressive about this game because they did it like with Brunson. We talked about with Josh Hart hitting threes, doing what he got to do, but then Jalen Brunson making the adjustments, passing the ball, doing what he got to do. And then honestly, man, shout out to Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns had a better game in game 2. 18 points, 13 rebounds, 7 of 12 from the field, very efficient, 3 of 5 from downtown. He was a plus 18. Cat played this game a lot better, adjusted. You could tell when a player looks at tape, brother. Like you could tell when they looked at tape and they're taking in the coaching, whether it was the coaching or whether that was more on Cat. But you can tell that he made those adjustments with Mobley guarding him. He drove to the paint more. You know what I mean? Come on, man. There was some plays where, bro, the refs could not get the whistle out of their butts, bro. Like there was a play where Jared Allen is literally following the dude right in front of the ref and no whistle. You know what I mean? So Cat played good. He continues to play well defensively. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns. But the next player, oh no, I'm gonna save this player for last. The next one I want to highlight is OG Anunoby, brother. He's another one that we talked about it after game 1. He still looked a little timid. I thought he got more comfortable as the game progressed in overtime. Definitely we tried to dunk on James Harden. Today, I thought I saw more of regular OG in this game. Obviously, he finished with 14 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown. Efficient. Looks like he's getting back into the rhythm. Plus 22, 3 assists. He had a steal. I loved what I saw with OG. OG was concerned me a little bit in game 1, brother, because I'm like, damn, is he ready? Is he ready? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure he probably would have still sat out if it was the regular season. So I'm just more like, damn, like, is he ready? But today, after like 1, he wasn't on the injury report for game 2. He wasn't questionable, wasn't probable, wasn't doubtful, wasn't none of that. But then seeing him, brother, seeing him run, seeing him get into his actions, how he's playing defense, how he's playing Evan Mobley, how he's guarding James Harden, how he was all over. At one point, I believe he was also guarding Donovan Mitchell. I'm like, okay, we got OG back. OG had a great game too, brother.
Brother, plus 22 with the plus minus on when he's on the court. It's one of those things that, like, when you get hurt in the playoffs, you don't come back 100% healthy. You may be ready to go. You may be ready to play. You may look better than you did probably when they said that you weren't cleared to go. But at the end of the day, I don't think OG is going to be 100% in the rest of this this playoff run. But
I don't think anyone's 100%.
Right. I don't think it is too.
Yeah,
but when you're injured, it makes it even worse. You're never gonna get to that 100%.
100%.
So the fact is that OG is balling out in the way that he can and impacting the game that we want him to do it. And if you don't see it across the stat sheet, if that's what you're looking for, if you're somebody who reads over the stat sheet, I'm like, oh well, OG only put up 14 points,
right?
He only got 1 steal, 3 blocks. Okay, those are important. But then you look against what did Evan Mobley do? What did Jared Allen do? Because we had him guarding both of those guys. Okay, 13, 14 points on the board. They did better offensive rebounds in this game, but at the end of the day, you see it when those guys are not going off. It's because of someone like an OG on the court defending them, doing what he does, because that's what we brought him here for. We love when he's the second or third option when it comes to the offense and he's killing, or if he becomes the first one. But we always say, you and me have been speaking about this for quite some time, brother. When it comes to this defense, what we care about is that OG's on the court and Mikal's on the court. So, brother,
100%.
As long as he's playing the way he's doing, I'm good.
100%. Damn, did they update this?
They update.
Yes. No. I'm looking. I was trying to get the advanced stats. Hold on, let me see if I can, because we got this app here where they haven't updated. I guess these things make you pay for them, guys, and that'll tell you that's one thing that Dave and I are learning while we're doing this. Like some of these pages, they make you buy it. So no, I was trying to look up the advanced stats because, like you touched on, brother, like people just see the numbers that you see on ESPN, and you don't look at, okay, like what's this guy's numbers when he's guarded by this guy. And you're right, OG's making it very tough for Mobley. He's making it tough for anyone that he guards. And then you mentioned his counterpart in Wingstop, and that's my man Mikal Bridges. I don't think I've been more happy for a Knicks player in a very long time than I am for Mikal Bridges. This is a man that took a lot of heat from every Knicks fan, sometimes including myself, although I felt like I've had the most patience than most Knicks fans with Mikal, because I just knew what he's capable of doing in this playoffs. And Mikal Bridges in his last 7 playoff games, he's averaging close to 19 points, 8.7 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, 3 assists. He's averaging about a steal and a half. He's shooting 68% from the field, 50% from three. But the thing that I love the most is he's going to the basket. And that was something you mentioned, brother. You emphasized it was one of the reasons why you would be pissed off at him, is that he would get to the hole, settle, fadeaway shot. And it's like, bro, you damn near almost got a 7-foot wingspan. Lay this, like, get to the hole, draw a foul. And that was a lot of people's gripe with Mikal Bridges. But what Mikal Bridges is doing right now in these playoffs, this man has resurrected his Knicks career, brother, because the lynch mob was out there after game 3 in Atlanta. They were out there. They were already, they did the 5 picks, all that, you know what I mean? But now everybody's on the FTP again, the FTP train again. And shout outs to Mikal Bridges, man, because Mikal Bridges, although we've highlighted Josh Hart, we've highlighted Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns in this playoff run, man, we are not where we are without Mikal Bridges. And just like that comment said, this team is showing different ways to win. You know why? Because Mikal Bridges now is not only impacting the game defensively, but he's doing it offensively. And that's not something that we've seen throughout the whole season. So this is a whole new wrinkle and element to this Knicks team. This is why this Knicks team looks so dominating. This is why this Knicks team can win an NBA Finals. You know what I mean? No matter who comes out the West, whether it be San Antonio or Oklahoma City, this team is equipped to beat either one of those teams. And right now, San Antonio's cooking 17-4 right now. They got Fox back. So, and then they don't got Jaden Williams. I'm telling you, I don't see OKC is not going to be San Antonio without Jaden Williams. They're not beating him.
But you bring up all the reasons that you see him, and I'll just bring up, instead of bringing stats, it's one of those things that you see as you watch the game. And as you watch the game, brother, you see the way that Mikal just gets it done. The kiss off the glass and just knowing that that's my shot. I'm going to get that in. It's the knowing that, you know what, this fadeaway is not going to work. Let me just take it to the hole. We commented on it and you brought it up. Yes, I've said it before. I hate when Mikal settles for the fadeaway shot, when he makes it difficult for himself. You have all this open space and you chose, you know what, let me fade away. Like, it's one of those things that it pisses you off. And then when you see that it's adjusted, it's changed. And ever since that game 3 loss, you haven't seen the same Mikal. It's almost like Mikal got rejuvenated after that loss. And he's become a completely different person. The person that everybody had the expectations of. It's the ones that we had definitely expected when we trade away 5 picks. So the fact of the matter is that if Mikal can sustain this kind of play, if the Knicks can continue to play their role and fill in wherever it is that they need, it's not far-fetched to be like, this team can literally compete against whoever comes out in the finals if we make it. I'm saying if, because I don't want to make it for certain, because
no, we can't get, we cannot. You're right. You're right about that.
This Knicks team is competing in a way that makes you feel like, all right, my team at least can compete. Maybe
100%.
The results aren't what we get. We don't know. But the fact of the matter is, it's not going to be a cakewalk for any team that plays against us if we make it there. So, Mikal Bridges, keep continuing doing what you're doing. We love what we're seeing from you. But it goes out from the whole team, from the top to the bottom. Anybody who comes in, the role players, Shamit, Alvarado, all those other guys coming off the bench, Mitchell Robinson, and Mike Brown even do the adjustments that he's doing, where he's like, you know what, Mitchell Robinson, we're not going to let Hackett become a thing. We're going to take you off the court. Or, you know what, Shamit's got the hot hand right now. I'm going to keep him on the court. Or, you know what, I like Alvarado at this time, and that's what I'm going to run. Or I'm going to run a double big. So many adjustments from top to bottom, including the new coaching change that we came into this season. That was the bar metric to compare from Tibbs to now. All these things are clicking in the right way, and you have to thank, once again, and I'm going to repeat it, you have to thank Leon Rose for seeing that and be like, this is what the team needs to go forward.
Yeah, one more key stat about Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is 1 in best field goal percentage on drives this playoffs, with the minimum being 50. He is shooting 65% in when driving the lane. That is right now better than Evan Mobley and Victor Wembanyama. I want to post this comment because the comments are flowing in. Yeah, I forgot to mention that when we were highlighting the Knicks wins, that the fact is their 2 losses came by 1 point / 1 possession. Yeah, that'll tell you how much they're rolling. OKC is gonna lose to the Spurs and trade for Giannis. I definitely think if they lose to San Antonio, I think that could happen. I really do think that could happen. They have the young assets and picks to do so. They have the young talent and draft capital to do so they can literally put together a better package than anyone. Yeah, they can. And that's the scary part. Like, that's the scary part. We'll enjoy OKC losing, but then would we enjoy them? You know what I mean? It's kind of like teams that were probably happy. Golden State 73 win team lost, and then it's like, got Kevin Durant. Now we got to deal with it. Like, it could be that.
They do have the young talent. They have the draft capital. The only thing is the numbers. The numbers is what's got to make sense for a Bucks team taking that on. But
they Holmgren.
Yeah,
they got Chet. Remember, those guys got their extensions kicking in.
I mean, if I'm Milwaukee, I'm taking something. I'm coming home with something.
I'll be honest. If I'm Milwaukee, and I know we're getting sidetracked, if I'm Milwaukee, I'm asking for Jalen Williams. I'm not asking for Chet. I don't want Chet's hunky ass. I don't want him. He's whack. Chet Holmgren is not a franchise guy. He's not.
Just tall.
He's
tall.
Yeah. 100%. And I don't like dirty plays. You saw the thing where he stepped on Wemby's foot on purpose? That's corny, bro. I don't like that. I'm asking for Jalen Williams. 100%. I'm asking for Jalen Williams. I want AJ Mitchell. I want a plethora of your young talent. Screw the picks. Because OKC's picks ain't going to mean nothing.
If they're good.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to be good. It's kind of like with the Nets and the Knicks. Go ahead. You can have your 5 picks for Bridges. What is that getting you? You can't even name me who the player that the Nets drafted what I picked last year. So miss me with that. But that's basically what it is. But brother, we're narrowing it. We're getting down to the end of the episode. Game 3 is tomorrow, 8 p.m. on ABC. Brother, what do you expect to see from this Knicks team, or what would you like to see from this Knicks team? Hold on, before we get to that, because I had to say it because I wanted to bring this up. Did you see what CBS Sports did this morning?
I feel it. Oh,
I'm gonna share it. Don't say anything. I'm gonna share it.
I know exactly what it is.
I'm gonna share this.
They said
this
it with confidence.
Is horrendous.
They said it with confidence.
With the utmost confidence that they possibly could. Chat, I'm gonna share this. This is a laugher. This is a laugher. All right. Let's get it.
Brunson does it himself, takes it the length of the floor and lays it in. John McEnroe right there. Cedric the Entertainer is in the building. They're all loving it. Brunson does it himself, takes it the length of the floor and lays it in. John McEnroe right there. Cedric the Entertainer is in.
One more time, guys. One more time.
Brunson does it himself, takes it the length of the floor and lays it in. John McEnroe right there. Cedric the Entertainer is in.
Brother, you want to tell people who this is and what?
There's no way. There's no way possible that you can get one of the greatest Knicks of all time. Very much his career, very much his Knicks career pretty much is almost identical to Carmelo's. Not a lot of winning years. Phenomenal scorer. A lot of Knicks fans' favorite. This is Bernard King. Bernard King. And this man said, Cedric the Entertainer. I'm playing it back. This man said this with so much confidence. I'm playing it back.
Brunson does it himself, takes it the length of the floor and lays it in. John McEnroe right there. Cedric the Entertainer is in the building. They're all
Bro, with confidence. Oh
Cedric
my
the
God.
Entertainer is in the building. Bro. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable by CBS.
Hold on. I mean, bro.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna see. Hold on. No, I'm not even gonna post it. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
No. Oh man, this is one of those cases where you feel like, yo, not all black people are the same. Not all black people look the same. Like, oh man, just because he got a hat.
Right. Guys, this apparently according to Skip Sayless, Mamdani bought his ticket.
Skip Sayless was the one who posted this one.
Skip Sayless, yeah, there we go, yeah. So I'm gonna share this real fast. Mamdani's my man was up there. He was, but you know what? He's sitting where I normally sit because them Knicks tickets are so damn expensive. Mamdani was all the way up, as Joey would say. Where's your tickets? Go all the way up. I'm all the way up. But shout out to Mayor Mamdani showing some love to the New York Knicks. Like I said, man, he could have easily probably made a phone call and sat courtside, but man, NBC. You want to post that comment just wrote, brother, because
yeah,
exactly.
This is a two-man team right here. So if we get something wrong, brother, it's easy for us to do it. This guy has a whole team that put the clip together, saw his script, and said, "Yeah,
yo, if I'm the Knicks,
I'm inviting both of them.
I'm inviting Cedric the Entertainer to either Game 5, or hopefully that's not the case, or the first game in Madison, the next Madison Square Garden game, hopefully is the NBA Finals. I'm inviting Cedric the Entertainer, and I'm parking his ass right next to Bernard King. I am gonna,
brother. We're a two-man team. If we got something wrong, it's on us. You know what? We have a whole job. We have everything. God. This guy has a team. He has a production team. He has people who looked at his script and said, "Yep, that's okay. You can say that. That is Cedric the Entertainer."
Bro,
really?
Horrendous. That is horrendous. But brother, before I remember that, what is it that you want to see from the Knicks? Excuse me, as they head to Game 3.
Well, I definitely don't want to see Cedric the Entertainer. Honestly, what I want to see is continue to play hard. Make the adjustments whenever you need to. I'm gonna use those quotes that we hear from all the players and everything that they want to say. But one of the things that I see that I really has been annoying me, and it's because he's not been efficient. He's not the same guy that he probably was 2, 3, 4 years ago. I don't want to see a double team on Harden. And that's leaving assignments open. That's leaving guys like Merrill open. That's leaving guys like Strus open. You're leaving your assignment. You're helping this guy out who can't shoot for nothing at this moment. He's putting up an average probably in this series, probably 14 points. He's not killing you.
No.
So why are we double teaming him?
Yeah, James Harden is cooked.
That's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah,
the biggest thing I want to see is that. And then, Kat, just keep yourself in check. Watch your fouls. You kept in control in this last game. You only had 3 fouls. But definitely just keep your emotions in check because we're in Cleveland. The whistle tends to lean to the home team a lot. So I definitely 100%. Want to see that as well.
Yeah, I want to see. I definitely want to see. I thought the Knicks did a better job in Game 2, not overly doubling James Harden. I thought, like I said, I thought they should have, put Mikal on Donovan, but they continue to leave him on Harden. And you look at the tape, Harden is having a really tough time with Mikal guarding him, the length and stuff like that. Mikal is being very disciplined and not reaching because that's where Harden tries to do his little side move. So I would say that. And then I would say continue to make Harden the point of attack defender. Continue to attack him. The Knicks were doing it. And Cleveland's going to try their best to trap and submerge, their defense on Jalen Brunson, and that's going to create open looks. So the Knicks just got to continue to do that, shoot the ball well. They have to, like Josh Hart said, they have to come out with even more energy than Cleveland. They got to survive the first 5 minutes. Obviously, the first home game for the opposing team is always, the crowd is going to be out loud. They're playing for their lives. This is a must win for Cleveland because they know 3-0. That's it. That's the kiss of death. So they know you're gonna have to take their best punches and weather that storm. Like right now, Oklahoma City's doing a good job in doing that right now. They're only down 4, where they were just down like 19-4 or something like that. Well, now they're down 7, but you can't let this game start 10-2. You know what I mean? Something like that. No, punch him in the mouth like you did in Philly, and I can tell basically within the first, I would say maybe the first quarter, I'll give it the first quarter where I can see whether the Knicks are going to be able to win this game. I thought so when I watched game 3 in Philly, where I was like, oh, snap. Like, we took Philly's best punch, and we're only down, I think we finished that quarter, we were only down like 4. I'm like, oh, it's lights out for Philly. Like, so that's what they got to do. One last thing, guys. Just want to share this for those that don't know. I'm going to share this real quickly. Shout outs to our guy, OG Anunoby, for making second team all defense. I really think he would have gotten all NBA first had he not missed games due to injury. But shout outs to OG Anunoby. All of us Knicks fans, we know that he arguably is the best defender in the game. In my eyes, he is. What he does, making it so difficult for the opposing team's best player. He's not one to shy away. He can guard up to multiple positions. He's not just a shot blocker like a Rudy Gobert or Chet Holmgren, guys that made first All-NBA team. No, this is a guy that can guard your best point guard and can get physical with your biggest center. This, to me, is what a defensive player is. He has all the intangibles, and shout-outs to OG Anunoby for making all-second NBA team defense. So shout-outs to the OG, one Kenobi. But guys, Sunday, we will be back with another live recapping game 3, but it will be a different start time as we will be on at. Are we doing 11 or are we doing noon, brother?
Let's do 11, brother.
We're gonna do an 11 a.m. live reaction to game 3, guys. We wanted to do it early because I know it's Memorial Weekend. People got plans Sunday because there's no work the next day. I'm going to a pool party that day anyway, so that works out for me. When I say pool party, you're just going to somebody's house that got a damn pool.
You know Project X? They're not doing Project X?
No. It might be. Rosa, if you're watching, call me. Get the DJ, get everything. But nah, guys, so we will be back Sunday, 11 a.m. as we react and recap game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Hopefully, we are talking about the Knicks being one win away from reaching the finals. In the meantime, in between, guys, tap in with us on Sunday. Have a great night. The Knicks tomorrow, 8 p.m. ABC. Enjoy your weekend. See y'all Sunday at 11 a.m. Peace!
No, yeah, same season. Ozone. Season 2. No, yeah, same season. City stay frozen. Big apple pressure when you step in the ozone, man. Jets, Knicks, Giants, pinstripes, orange and blue. Whole city locked in, yeah, they tuned in too. Press play.